Earth signs, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you a general reading. Another one for the month of September. I hope all is well with you guys. For those of you already 8th House community members, welcome back. Thank you for all the love and support you give to the channel and all the various ways you do. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, I love you back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. Feel free to click the subscription button and hit the notification button. That way you'll know when I post. And feel free to keep an open mind. The messages that come through are going to be messages that may make you feel all sorts of ways, okay? But just keep an open mind. If you need a personal reading, my information is in the box below. Everything is not going to resonate 100% with every single person because it is a collective reading. All right, a couple hundred people watch these videos, so keep that in mind. Private information, as far as a private reading with just your energy exclusively, look in the box below the video to reach out to me, okay? Let's see what we got for the earth signs. Cancer, I was going to say Cancer. But Capricorn, that's your opposite polarity. So Capricorn. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, what's going on with my earth energy? What's the current situation right now? I'm going to do 3 quick spreads for you guys with this deck here. We'll see what comes out. All right, so we got the police woman that came out first of all, okay? So this just reminds me of the song Lil Wayne. Wee, 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 wee. Like a cop car. This is what I'm thinking about, you know, when he talks about the police officer. You guys know the verse if you know the song. It makes me laugh because I'm thinking about the part when he says, "Because you know that I get high above the law." Anyway, this is what I'm getting here. So some of you could be police officers. Some of you may have family members who are police officers, public servants. You know, Memorial Day was just the other day. So shout out to all the public servants who are truly out there helping and serving the public. We appreciate you, respect you, love you. We're talking about the ones who are actually out there doing that type of work with the intent of helping and serving the public, all right? So shout out to those who do their job. There's always those who don't, and, you know, rotten apples. But we ain't talking about them, all right? The challenge in the situation here is the ocean. So when I think of, okay, so I'm getting opposite energies here. So I feel, you know, with the police, you know, police deals with authority. It deals with restrictions. So I'm thinking Saturn energy here. You know, it deals with rules, regulations, structure, patterns, routines, okay? And then when we got this water energy here, it's just the total opposite. The ocean runs free. Of course, it has its own rules and regulations as well, but it's just a different type of energy. So I'm getting the challenges is somebody needs to loosen up. Somebody might maybe a little bit uptight, may need a vacation. Somebody might need to unwind. Somebody could be very dry, okay? Dry, boring, sarcastic, and, you know, maybe they need a little life, okay? You could have an officer out here who might be drinking a little bit too much. Maybe the job is getting to you. Some of you may need to, you know, lay back on the drinking, or maybe there was some type of traumatic situation that went down at work if you were an officer, and you know, that could be the case. Some of you could be on vacation, or maybe you can't travel because of restrictions. Maybe you want to go to the ocean, but because of restrictions you're not able to go. I got something similar like that to the water signs as well. A lot of people feeling restricted and wanting to be free. What's the spirit guides and guardian angels and ancestors saying? All right, so we got the semi. I get baggage. I just feel baggage. I feel like somebody wants to get on the road and move, but they got so much shit they got to bring with them, or they got so much attached that they need a semi. It's not like you can't just hop in the car. It's like you need a semi. So somebody could be trying to move or relocate. Somebody could be on the road. Somebody, you know, could be working, but this is what your spirit guides are telling you, the semi energy. It's about getting on the road, or, you know, carrying a large load. So some of you, you know, your job could be stressing you out. You're carrying a large load. All right. It could be overwhelming right now. Some of you may need to go near the water or go to the water. Some of you could be drinking too much as a result of the stress and the restrictions that you're in. It doesn't even have to be police related. It's just the police represents restriction, rules, regulations, what you can and cannot do. And some of you are feeling confined and restricted, and the challenge is you know, being free like water. So that could be what's going on with some of you. You know, and yeah, you got a large load that you're carrying, and you've been carrying it for a while, because we're on the highway with this semi. We ain't in the street. So the highway, this is something that's been going on for a long time. For some of you, yeah, you want to tap into that inner child. You want to let go. This is where your head is at. So you want to be free. You want to have some fun. Okay, some of you, you're concerned about your children. Maybe it's stressful. Some of you could be a single parent, raising a child, and it could be, the stress of that could be really getting to you. Some of you may just need a vacation. Look what else comes. Look at this came out for the water signs too. Okay, this card as well. So I'm feeling like everybody's feeling like they need a road trip. Everybody's feeling like they need to decompress. They need to. So this must be the energy that the collective is in right now. Okay, because this card came out for water signs as well. So the outcome is that somebody needs to just relax, take a trip. Though I do feel like, it may not be a physical trip for some of you. Some of you could be looking at, you could be dealing with forms of escapism. Some of you could be popping pills. Some of you could be drinking. So you do want to be careful out on the road as well, traveling, drinking and driving or whatever you're doing under the influence of. Be careful out there on the road because you could get stopped. So for those of you who are out there driving and you do courier work or you drive, you hear that horn? You drive tractor trailers or you drive trucks. And for some of you, you got to be careful as far as drinking. Know when to drink, know how much to drink, and be careful on the road. You don't want accidents. I see it could be some accidents here, so be very careful. Let's get some clarity. Some of you could be traveling to see your kids, or you may want your kids to come see you. Some of you, your kid could be acting up in school, maybe getting in trouble. Clarify this water energy because that's the challenge. Clarify the ocean. The foe. The foe came out. So some of you are watching for your emotions. Somebody could be watching you. Like I said, some of you are stressed and you're tightly wound, or you're tightly wound and you're trying to watch yourself. It's like, okay, I need to get away, or I need a drink, or something like that. Or maybe this is a family member or a friend you're concerned about. Yeah, see, we have the faith clarifying the police. So again, to me, the police doesn't represent hardcore police. It could. But for some of you, what this is just, rules and regulations, trying to stay. Some of you may be in a position where you have friends and family members who had addiction issues, and you're watching them because of what they're going through. They may relapse. Some of you may have a friend or a family member, or maybe you're looking at going to rehab. Clarify the semi. The semi is clarified with message in reverse here. Okay, the messenger in reverse. So some message is not coming through here about leaving. Somebody may need to leave a situation or move or relocate, and somebody's not doing that. It's because maybe you have kids and you're trying to figure out what to do with your kids. Yeah, with the Lord energy in reverse here, that could represent somebody not being the father of a child. Somebody finding out that they're not the father of a child. Yeah, because we have the priest here and we have the police. Now, the police doesn't have to represent just traditional police. It could represent, the executive. Okay, you have the executive, the judicial, and the legislative branch. The police are the enforcers. So enforcement of, I feel like there's some type of, with the faith card here. I just get an energy of somebody maybe getting test results, going to court, getting test results, finding out that somebody's not a father. Or somebody could have, they're hoping that they're not pregnant. What's this plane energy here? The flight in the clouds, up in the clouds. Like I said, with the Little Wayne, I know she gets high, or I know I get high, or something about he get high above the law. So I feel like for some of y'all, that could be what's going on here too. Somebody getting high, or too high, and they're being watched. Yeah, we got the wedding energy clarifying the flight energy. So marriage, wedding could be spiritual marriage. It doesn't have to be a traditional 3D marriage. It could be that. It could just be two energies combined, and it's a perfect union. So somebody could be wanting to go see someone, maybe wanting to propose. Some of you, somebody could have come to you to propose to you, or they could be coming, or you may want to propose to somebody. Now that you found out that, okay, so somebody could have been pregnant, right? Okay, so here's a situation I'm seeing. There was a woman who thought she was pregnant by someone. The person she thought she was pregnant by wanted to be with somebody else. But he couldn't do that yet until he found out what was up with this child. Once he found out what was up with the child, then, you know, he was able to move on. Now, some of you going through divorce, all right? And now that you're divorced, you're able to go to be with the person you want to be with. Some of you want to be with someone else and you're in a karmic connection and you had to go through separation and or divorce. Some of you had to do child support, all of that type of stuff, get all that situated with the person that you were leaving, get your children situated, and then you're able to go on to be with somebody you want to be with. What's the current situation coming up next? What's up with the earth signs? Damn, the same cards keep coming out for you guys as far as water. So if you got water in a prominent placement, you may check out the water sign reading, okay? Or if you're dealing with someone who has prominent water placements, prominent meaning any of the your ascending, your sun, moon, rising, Venus. Those are like the prominent ones, but it could be the other placements as well, okay? It doesn't have to be limited. Definitely not for me, it isn't. But we got a little girl here. Let's get some more clarity, because that little girl could represent anything. That could be a child for you guys. For some of you, tapping into your inner child, wanting to have some fun, wanting to let go, wanting to release. This could be your kids going back to school because she has a backpack on. So that could be the current situation for some of you, is getting your kids into school. All right, what's the challenge here? Yeah, the challenge is getting them into school. All right, so some of you, your kids are ready to go to school. Some of you, your kids could be going to pre-K. It could be any age, from pre-K to college. All right, and the challenge is maybe getting to know the teacher, making sure your child has the tutors and the resources so that they're able to, you know, if they have problems with their lessons or their studies, that they get the help that they need. Maybe some of you are looking for a tutor, a home tutor, or homeschooling for your child. What is the spirit guide, guardian angel, ancestor information or energy? What is it that they want you to know about this situation? We have the crayons here. Crayons could represent, you know, being creative about how you go about doing this, maybe how you educate your child, being open to different options and different suggestions, not just being stuck to one particular ideology in reference to how your child learns. Children can learn in so many different ways, so many different environments. You know, some people may homeschool their children and they travel a lot, so children learn from that as well. I mean, real world experience. Where your head is at, though, is we have a man. This is a more mature man. So some of you, you know, it could be that you're looking for somebody who has a lot of experience in reference to education or teaching your children. So you could be looking for a more experienced teacher, more experienced environment, a organization that's been around for a long time. Okay, some of you want something more traditional. Okay, you know, earth signs tend to gravitate to things that are more traditional. What's the outcome in this situation? Could be a situation here where it has something to do with race as well. You know, some of you your teacher may be a teacher, you know, some of you may have a teacher that's a different ethnicity than you. Okay, your kid may have a teacher who's a different ethnicity than you, and maybe you have an issue with that. So the universe is saying, hey, you know, diversity is what it is. All right, you have to be diverse and be open. But some of you may just want someone who's traditional. You may consider this energy as an energy of what's traditional. It doesn't have to necessarily be a white male, but you may consider traditional. You could have grown up in you could be a person of color, and you grew up in an environment where traditional male for you would be a you know, a man who's of Indian descent, because maybe you're Indian. But the universe is telling you maybe you should open up and be a little bit more open. Some of you, you know, you could be dealing with a situation, maybe you feel like your child's teacher could be prejudiced or racist. Other than that, for some of you, you're just looking for a more traditional environment. But we have playground as well. Some of you, okay, thank you, playground. So this is definitely about, for some of you, this is definitely about what's going on with your kids at school. If it's not about your kids at school, it's you as a teacher. Okay, maybe you want to do a little something different with your children. You may not want to go the traditional route, or maybe you have to get approval or authority to do something more, but maybe you want to do something that's more fun. You know, teach the kids through, you know, some more colorful, creative ideas. I get strong Leo energy here. You know, we are dealing with the 5th house when we talk about Leo. So I feel like somebody wants to do something different. Like the old, outdated, creative ways, or the old, outdated, traditional ways of doing things, I feel like are changing. So whether you are a teacher or whether you're looking for a school like this that has more diversity, some of you could be looking for a school that has more diversity. Some of you, maybe you don't want to take your kids to, for example, public school. Maybe you want them to go to a private school, or vice versa. Clarify the challenge here. Yeah, we have naive. Well, why do I say I always say naive about this card because it always reminds me of someone who's young. I don't mean naive in a negative way, but just new to things. So for some of you, the challenge is you have a new teacher for your child, or somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience. This doesn't even have to do with school. It could just be that, you're looking for, some of you are looking to be educated by someone who has a plethora of experience. Okay, someone who's been in the game for a minute. And for some of you, the person new who's coming, they may have a more fresh, creative, colorful approach than what you've been used to, okay, and what you've been dealing with. But the outcome is that I feel like you're going to enjoy it if you open it up. So some of you are kind of closed off about your teacher, your kid's teacher, or, some of you who are teachers, you're like, look, we need to change things up, to keep the kids engaged and interested. Clarify this crayon energy. Clarify this crayon energy for the earth signs. Some of you, this could be about you in school. Yeah, so we have the joyfulness card in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, it could be a situation of racism or prejudice in your schooling environment, okay? And if it's not racism, it could be prejudice more so on, okay, this is the way we did things, this is the way we're going to continue to do things. And you may be coming in saying, hey, there's a better way to do things, there's a more creative way to do things. Clarify this mature man here. Clarify this mature man. This is where your head is at. Yeah, you have the faux energy. Like, you don't like this energy. You're watching this person. This old traditional, whether it's a person or it's just the ideology of old traditional situations here. You're eyeing them. You're looking at them. You're looking at the way things were done and how they were doing it. And you're like, nah, we need to bring in fresh energy. You know what I'm saying? We need to bring in something a little bit more playful, something a little bit more, creative. Clarify this playground. Yeah. Something that people can have fun with. The kids can have fun. But yeah, it's like you're eyeing this old traditional way of doing things and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not fun. People are not having fun with that. We need more of a creative, diverse environment. We need some fresh energy here with the young woman card. We need some fresh new energy here. So again, for some of you, it could be, ideologies that are no longer are going to serve, whether it's prejudice, whether it's just old traditional values, whether you're looking for somebody who has experience versus somebody who's new, who has different ideas than what the status quo is. And that could be in any environment. That could be you going back to school. That could be your kids going back to school. You could be a teacher, or it could just be a learning situation that you went through where you realize, maybe we need to change course. Maybe the old traditional ways of doing things no longer serve. So let's see what's up. What else is up with the earth signs? What else can you tell me? What's the current situation for it? Okay. So we have tablet. So somebody could be watching something on a tablet. Somebody could be watching somebody. Somebody could be on social media watching videos. But let's see what's the challenge in this situation. We have the road. Okay, this came out for the water signs too. So somebody could be watching someone. Somebody could have some type of GPS on somebody's car. That's what I'm getting to. But somebody could be watching something on TV, getting inspired and wanting to, like, damn, I want to take a vacation. But if you take a look at this picture here, you see on the tablet, they're sitting here on a cliff, and then there's water. The challenge here is maybe you getting on the road and you see the water over here. So for some of you, maybe you're like, yo, we're looking for vacation packages online. Could be looking at Expedia, Kayak, Vervo, trying to figure out what to do. All right, your spirit guides, guardian angels, and ancestors are telling you with the rainstorm here. Some of y'all are depressed. You need to cheer your mood up. This is what's going on with the collective. A lot of people need to come out. They're trying to come out of a funk. Where's your head at right now, earth signs? Where's your head at? Yeah, this came out too for the water signs. Damn, y'all need to watch the water sign reading, okay? So it's like, trying to get people to work with you, trying to figure out a plan, how to move forward. There's going to have to be some effort here, but you're going to have, all your ducks aligned. What's the outcome here in this situation? Like, I feel like some of you, like I said, you're learning online class, or you're trying to take an online class. That could be for some of you. What's the outcome here for the earth signs? Thank you. Damn, you got the semi again. Getting on the road. We got the road twice here. So, this could be mentally as well. It doesn't have to be physically getting on the road. Okay? Let's get some clarity here. This is what the third spread I did for you guys. Is it the third spread? Yeah, it is. So we'll wrap it up after this. All right. Clarify this road. So the challenge is getting on the road, or the journey that you have to take mentally or physically. And we have falseness in reverse. So for some of you, you want to make this real, is what I'm feeling here. It's like you don't want to, you may be watching people on TV or on your laptop. You could be looking at, oh, okay, well, this is somebody's video they did when they visited Jamaica. And some of you are like, okay, well, or some of you are looking at somebody putting something online, their relationship, and you're looking at it like they're fake. Some of you, it could be an ex that you were dealing with, and you seeing your ex move on with somebody online. And the challenge is you're not able to move on yet, and you feel like, they're just doing that to get to you. Or some of you could be fronting like, you moved on with somebody online, but in reality, you depressed, you're upset. Yeah, despair, clarifying the rain card. Yeah, some of y'all are dealing with depression because of a breakup or a split up. Somebody's putting on the front like they're okay, but they're really not. So let's see where your head is at with this, what is this card called? It's called the construction worker card, but it's more so of an energy of you looking at what's going on. Maybe somebody's friends, showing somebody's friends, because this could be a tablet that they're looking at, and they could be looking online. So it could be people at work looking online at something, watching something online. Clarify this construction worker energy here. Yeah, we have the merchant energy. Yeah, so some of y'all at work, somebody's seeing something at work. And what's this semi energy here? Like I said, that semi-energy just reminds me of baggage. Yeah, prison. Somebody going to prison. Somebody's going to jail. This is why somebody's depressed. Somebody sees some... Wow. Okay, either somebody's going to jail or somebody did something at work. And long story short, they could be going to jail. For others of you, maybe you are trying to find work, and it may be difficult for you because maybe you have a prison record. So for some of you, that could be the case. For others of you, you see your person moving on online. They're moving on with someone. They may have posted pictures of someone being with someone else, and you're still depressed and not over it yet, and you're trying to move forward and get over this. Or it could be that, your person is still trying to get over you. But it looks like it's gonna be hard. Some of you may need to seek counseling. Maybe some of you are considering, okay, you know what? Maybe I just need to move. Maybe I need a fresh start. You could have gotten out of a situation, out of a marriage, out of a long-term committed connection, out of a situationship, and you may just feel like, you know what, it's time for me to move. Let me put a plan in place so that I can relocate, so I can get on a road. And with this prison energy here, it's just like, maybe you're feeling trapped in your head, or, about the situation. That could be for some of you, or somebody could be feeling this way about you. Let's clarify that first card. What the heck? All right. Yeah, wedding in reverse. So some of y'all getting divorced. Some of y'all are going through a divorce, and you could be depressed because it's taking forever for things to move forward. You may feel trapped because you guys have assets together. So this semi could represent, because like I said, I feel like a large load. And so some of you may feel trapped because you got all these assets together. Maybe you want out of this connection, but because of all the assets you guys have acquired together, it could be very difficult for you to move forward. And so that's what's really depressing you. For others of you, it's just the fact that you have to give up all that you worked on. Like, you put in a lot of work. Y'all built companies together. Y'all did things together. And now it's like, now you're going to go from, this big building and building whatever you had together symbolically to, just a couple of things and having to move on. So some of you are losing a lot of assets. You're upset about that because of the divorce or the separation. I get prenup. Somebody maybe didn't sign a prenup, or, the prenup says this is what's going on. But I get somebody really stressed out about all the red tape that's involved with their separation or divorce because of the assets you guys have together. I feel like also for some of you, somebody may be feeling like, they're not getting what they put in. So again, I feel like issues of prenup, issues with, people who may not have been married, but they started businesses and bought homes together and things like that. I also see issues of people who did put documentation into place, but they may have acquired assets as the relationship has grown, and now it's like, okay, now what do we do with all of this? So I feel heavy energy on court, divvying up assets, being stressed, feeling trapped, not being able to move, having a large load because somebody may be afraid that if I go to, it's cheaper to keep her type energy is what I'm feeling too. But I feel like for some of you, the relationship is over. Most people know it's over. People who know you, you're tired of being fake about it. Some of you could still be together, but you're only together for the assets. Somebody's tired of being fake about it. They're ready to move on because it's putting them in a depression. And so they just feel trapped in this situation. They feel overburdened. And they could be talking to their friends, trying to figure out what they need to do in reference to moving on or starting their own business. But again, it could be a job as well, somebody getting out of jail. Now they're trying to find a job here, and they could be getting depressed because they're not getting hired. And so in the meantime, they may have to do illegal things to get money, and they're afraid it's going to put them back in prison because they were just in prison. So it's some type of cycle like that too is what's going on here. But that's what I got for you, Earth signs. So if you need a personal reading, feel free to reach out. My information is in the box below. Thank you for checking out the video. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you in the next reading.